Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make a battery just like the one seen here. This simple yet effective battery is modeled after Alessandro Volta's famous 1799 voltaic pile experiment, where he stacked repeating layers of copper and electrolyte and zinc. Let's go ahead and get started.
So the materials you're going to need to make your battery is some sandpaper, 2 jumper wires stripped back about 1.5 inches, 6 copper washers, 6 galvanized or zinc washers, 2 5/16 flange nuts, 1 5/16 threaded nylon rod, 1 multimeter, 1 3D printed battery container, some salt water, some scissors, some needle nose pliers, a Phillips head screwdriver, some wire strippers, some cardstock or paper, and a writing utensil. So the first thing you're going to want to do is to grab a washer and trace them so you can cut out 6 paper washers. Here's one. Go ahead and repeat this 5 more times so you have 6 total. Once you've traced out and cut out your 6 paper washers, go ahead and place them in your salt solution. All right, so let's go ahead and set aside our 6 paper washers and let them soak. Now you want to grab a sheet of sandpaper, and you want to do this for every single washer. Go ahead and rub it on the sandpaper so you get a nice shiny coating on both sides. And you need to do this for every single washer. Okay, so it's very important you get off that oxidized layer on the washers so that the shiny surface is exposed. Now grab the nylon threaded rod and a flange nut and go ahead and screw it on so that the end of the nylon rod is sticking out about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch or so. Now take one of your jumper wires here and twist it around your nylon threaded rod. Go ahead and screw your washer up a bit so that it is in contact with your metal wire. This is your first battery terminal. Now grab one of your sanded copper washers and slide it onto the nylon rod so that it's pressing firmly against your wire and the top of the flange nut. Now grab one of your soaked paper washers that have been soaked in electrolyte salt and slide it onto your threaded rod so that it's resting just above your copper washer. Next, go ahead and grab a zinc or galvanized washer and slide it onto your threaded rod so that it sits just above your paper washer. It's important to note that these 3 things, the copper washer, the paper washer soaked in salt or electrolyte, and the zinc washer constitute a single cell. Now that you've made one cell, go ahead and repeat this process until you've used up the remaining 5 washers. Keep adding a copper washer, a paper washer soaked in salt, and a zinc washer, and keep doing this until all of your washers are used up. When you're finished, you should have all your washers mounted on the nylon threaded rod. Try to figure out or determine how many cells your battery is made up of. Next, take your second jumper wire and wrap it around your nylon threaded rod. Try to make sure it is in contact with your zinc washer. Then take your second flange nut and go ahead and screw it down your nylon threaded rod until it makes contact with your zinc washer and your jumper wire. Use a pair of needle nose to get it snug so that all your washers are tightly pushed together. Now test your battery with your multimeter. Go ahead and turn it on and set it to the 20 volt setting. Take your probes and touch both your jumper wires. Once you've determined that your battery is generating a volt or two, go ahead now and take your 3D printed battery container, take off the lid. And what we need to do is we need to attach our 2 jumper wires to our 2 battery terminals seen here. Unscrew them with a Phillips head screwdriver. Go ahead now and wrap one of your wires around your screw so that it is touching the screw here. Go ahead now and tighten it with a screwdriver. Then take the other side and tighten this little bolt down so that your wires stay firmly connected. Repeat this process for the other side. Now let's go ahead and assemble our battery container. Take one end of your nylon rod and place it into this hole right here of your lid. Now go ahead and assemble the rest of your battery. Take the other end of your nylon rod and you're going to want to place it right in that center of the bottom of your battery container. Okay, as best you can. You might have to tuck your wires in. And there you go. There is your battery. Once your battery is assembled, go ahead and grab your multimeter and set it to the 20 volt setting again. Take your probes and test your battery just to ensure that it's still working. Your job now is to show me that you can wire up your battery to a breadboard to power an LED. The team that can generate the most volts from their battery will win this activity. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.